What the fuck? This is a new Trashy treasure? No. Guys, just got a box in from Topps. Can't wait to open it. It's the Trashy Treasures Series 5. Now, speaking of 5, I did not buy all 5 statuettes. I bought 3. I bought the 3 that I thought looked really good. So I'm going to open that right now. So I sold my Trashy Treasures on Dond over the summer. I only kept 2 sculpts. Which sculpts did Russ Van keep out of the entire set? I could not let go of a base Nasty Nick. Okay, so if you don't have any Trashy Treasures, my suggestion is to have a Nasty Nick. To me, the Nasty Nick sculpt it's one of the best representations of Nasty Nick in any form, card, toy, or otherwise. So I call this a must-have Trashy Treasure. Now, I did critique this before. The doll is a little too big, but it's okay. It's must-have. The other one is my favorite Trashy Treasure of all time, and that's Guillotina. She is perfection. Absolute perfection. And I've said this many times, but what we need out of Trashy Treasures is what this toy is. This toy, not toy, it's a statuette. This statuette could never be made into a toy, not like a practical toy. We needed Trashy Treasure to make this character because this would not work, realistically in toy form. Though when you see something like this, Roy Bott, they made him work, and he's really complicated. But there's something about all these little pieces that makes it super hard to make. So anyway, those are the 2 I kept. Let's take a look at the ones that just came in fresh. Now, if you don't have any of these, Topps still has every character available. I might go back and buy the other 2 I didn't buy. But at one time I had like 50 of these, 50 Trashy Treasures, and I sold them all but 2. And so I was like, well, I don't want to, just buy something to just sell it immediately. Okay, one more thing before we get in here. I'm so pleased that Topps made Smelly Sally and Potty Scotty. Those 2 characters have been in my top 5 Garbage Pail Kids of all time forever. In fact, Potty Scotty... Oh, that's not even Potty Scotty. Wait, this must be... No. Here we go. Okay. Reminds me of OS 6 packs. They were red. And it had Potty Scotty on it. Okay, so, yeah, Potty Scotty is my all-time favorite Garbage Pail Kid. I was told to look for a sticker on the bottom. I don't see one, which probably means this is not a special one. But let's take a look. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save him for the last. I also bought Alligator, no sticker. And Smelly Sally, no sticker. Okay. So I'm going to start with Alligator. Here we see the really nice cards that these come with. I did not keep cards for the ones I sold that I know of. I don't know if I kept an Atom Bomb even or not. I don't think I did. The Atom Bomb Trashy Treasure is pretty nice. It was designed by Patrick Pidgeot, who's a acclaimed sculptor, toy sculptor. Oh, wow. Guys, this is not going to be a long video, but I do want to tell just a really short story about Alligator and just sort of my history with this character. First of all, I'm in love with this thing, man. This is really cool. All right, here's just a brief story. So when I was a kid, and I pulled this card out of the pack for the first time, my first gut reaction was I didn't understand how this was a Garbage Pail Kid. It wasn't Cabbage Patchy enough for me. My other gut feeling was, oh, this reminds me of my family trips to Florida during the summer. I live in Georgia, and so it's customary for Georgians to go to Florida in the summer. And so it just reminded me of going, to Florida and seeing all the alligator places along the way on 95. And so immediately, it didn't have like a distinct Garbage Pail Kid theme. I didn't understand how it was even really truly gross. I get that he's eating fish, but I eat fish too. And I just, there was just something about it I just didn't really understand as a child. Now skip, 35 years or whatever. Nowadays, I do like him a lot more. I definitely think he's in the top 50 Garbage Pail Kids of all time. Definitely in the top 50. For me, he's just amazing. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, this is not the first time we had Alligator as a 3D model, is it? We had him as a cheap toy. Here's one. It might be my only alligator. I can't remember. Yeah. Now, in my Nova Bonbons, alligator is one of the characters I do trade a lot or sell a lot. I'll have them for a while and I'll get rid of them, but this is the one I've kept. So if you look at Nova Bonbon alligator, beautiful toy, right? To me, when I saw this for the first time as an adult, I had a very different reaction than I had as a kid looking at the card. My reaction was, oh, that's cool. It's very weird. I like him so much more in toy form. And I think that's another reason we need Trashy Treasures and we need toy forms, because you're realizing these characters in 3D models. And it helps you to see just the glory of them. And so it's really wonderful to see our favorite characters taken from a flat card to 3D. And whoever designed this, sorry about the glare, did a damn good job. And I am I can safely say this is definitely one of the best Trashy Treasures ever. And at this point, they've made 25 of them. There's 5 sets of 5. So, yeah, 25. All right, let's put him here. Again, this isn't going to be long. I'm not going to keep talking and talking. All right, the next up is one of my personal favorite Garbage Pail Kids of all time. Oh, my God, Smelly Sally. She has been in my top 5 from the get-go. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't have her in a top 5 situation. I didn't really think about Garbage Pail Kids in tears, but still, she wasn't like one of my tip-top favorites. The reason she's in my top 5 now as an adult is it's just a beautiful card, and she reminds me of my wife a little bit too. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and all. And again, beach themes. I just love going to the beach, and it's just a really pretty card. I wish I owned the art, but yeah, Peter owns it, so no one's getting it. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I absolutely can't wait to see this. Oh, Smelly Sally was a Nova Bonbon as well. So let's get her out. Now, this was designed by a sculptor in China who did a fine job there of making her. She looks really beautiful. And this is her best color. Look at that, sunshine. All right. Immediately I'm seeing this fresh sardines. For some reason I didn't expect to see wording on it. Especially bold wording. But looking at the card, you can clearly see it says fresh sardines. Yeah, she's an absolute stunner. Now, she was also made in mannequin form. So this is now the third time we've gotten her in 3D form. One of the best qualities I can tell you right from the get-go is this beautiful metallic sage color and how it's kind of riding off this silver. It looks like they painted all this silver to begin with, and then they airbrushed green over this part and somehow masked this part. You know what? They made this separate, and she was made separately. That's what they did. Yeah, she's super cute. I wish she had a little more waist on her. I mean, she's got a little waist on her. I think she could have been a little more bulbous in the back side. What am I doing here? This is a prime example of what I've been trying to say. Novo Bonbon did not put the sardine can. Why? Because it would be a casting nightmare to make this form. So they just made her a mermaid with no can under her. So that's why we need, if they're going to do Trashy Treasures, that's what we need them for. We need them to do the characters that can't be made in toy form. Reasonably made in toy form. Yeah, she's pretty. I'm happy with her. She's a little bland, especially in the chest area. Again, there's not much modeling done. There's a little bit of shape. She's got a little shape, but I just really appreciated the shape that Pound put on her. And I think the Novo's super elegant form, but the treasure is Trashy Treasure is a little flat, a little bland. I mean, it's a little pretty from that side, I guess. I do love the belly button, don't you? Look at the belly button. But imagine if the belly button wasn't there, it'd be horrible. So you actually have to have the belly button to break up that field of plain color. The back is a little bland as well. All right. So again, this is the second time we've gotten alligator. But it's the third time we've gotten Smelly Salad because there's a mannequin one. I don't have them out. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, I've been knowing that this existed for about at least 2 years. There's a prototype of Potty Scotty out there. I know for a fact this was designed by the legendary toy designer Patrick Pidgeot. And so, technically, I know this sculpt is perfect. It has to be perfect. Everything this guy's ever made it looks fucking perfect. So, if you like your Luke Puke Trashy Treasure, if you like the style of that was Patrick Pidgeot. If you like Adam Bomb, that was a Patrick Pidgeot. Sorry. Phone bill. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's, damn. I wish I would have bought more of him. So this is the second time we've gotten a Potty Scotty. Potty Scotty was also made by Imperial in the pop-up series. The Imperial pop-up Scotty is really good as well. But yeah, it has nothing on this. There's, like, what more do you need this to be? I mean, it looks just like the fucking card. It's perfect. Even has a little bit of stylization to it. I'm just trying to see how they made this. So yeah, the tullet was made separately than the body. You can see it was glued on. Look at his cute little foot there. Oh, mine has an issue. Look at the heel of the foot. Damn. Shame. Don't really notice it when it's like sitting how it's supposed to sit. But yeah, my heel has a little issue on it. Wow. But yeah, I'm super impressed. And yeah, I did not get semicolon or trapdoor. Very cool. So guys, I'm actually going to make a separate video. I did get something else, Garbage Pail Kids, in the mail today. It's been a pretty good day. And so I'm going to open that in a separate video. If you don't know what trashy treasures are, like, or what to call them, these are not toys, okay? And there's not one word that's used consistently to describe these, besides like statuettes or something like that. This is more in line with Hummel than, you know, these are like GPK Hummels, basically. They're just like resin little statuettes of our characters. Yeah, but super good. As much as I'm a fan of Smelly Sally, to me she's a little bland. I love her, of course, but as far as sculpts go, I mean, Alligator, it's hard to deny his greatness. And even next to Potty Scotty, I would say the best sculpt of this wave is definitely Alligator. I mean, the colors are amazing. Everything about it's amazing, and it really brings him to life. The next is Potty Scotty. And I think actually semicolon would go here. I'm pretty sure this, I don't have it in person, but I'm pretty sure semicolon is going to be a little bit better than Smelly Sally. And Trapdoor has some issues. All right. Well, good, guys. I'll be right back. We're going to open one more thing today, so let me clear this shit out. And yeah, I'll be right back. Russ Van out.